Hi guys, welcome back to Helltaker the Second Circle, where yeah, you see there, you can tell what happened last time. A fancy dinner date with the Queen. Oh, and yeah, also the former Queen, Sathanas, came along in third wheel. But I know, seriously, what really happened was, the two queens negotiated probably for peace, but Sathanas was having none of it. So now, it's war between our girls versus Satana's girls in the future, whenever that happens. Now, you're looking at the screen right now. Why am I back at Lucifer's third date? Well, hold on a sec. Now, before I was so rudely interrupted by my dog, I was about to say that the only way to get to Beel's third date is, well, the other dialogue choice here. So, without further ado, is escape from the abyss possible? Lucifer leans forwards, a slight scowl creasing her face. Oh yeah, I forgot, she and Beelzebub are not exactly on good terms either. I see you've been moonlighting in the court of the Queen Crimson. It seems Judgment's suspicions about you were correct. Well, she seemed lonely. I mean, come on. Even, someone like Beelzebub would go insane being stuck in the abyss. Is that so? Good. Sighing, the Queen of Hell takes a sip of her wine, exuding an air of mild disappointment. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You've always been rather incorrigible. It's what I liked about you in the first place. However, I don't think you understand what you're asking for. I think it should fed you some cock and bull story about my reasons for imprisoning her. Actually, she's been rather clandestine whenever the subject's brought up. Remind you of anyone? Unusual. Unfortunately for me, I cannot in good conscience grant your request without informing you of the potential consequences of freeing that old fly from her imprisonment. A long, long time ago, Beelzebub and I were among the closest of friends. Impetuous, fledgling demons freshly come onto our own. She was the second to join my cohort, my revolution, and together we waged war on the, at the time, Lords of Hell. Okay, we see that happened. Her and Bill versus Sathanas and her girls. Justice was the third, right? But then, who was the... Lucifer raises a hand, cutting you off. Careful, you've already asked me your question. Don't push your luck. Alright, my queen, alright. Just one question it is. We had intended to supplant the Four Lords and rule in their stead, but the plan went awry. You told me, your friend. Oh, wait, yeah, I remember. We visited a grave back in her second date. Was taken from me in a spiteful act of senseless wrath. Following our Pyrrhic victory, we dealt with the now ex-lords, stripping them of as much power as we could and casting them into the mortal world. Oh, whoa. Whoa, looks like we're gonna see flashback now. Here we go. Quit your whining. Move along now. Ouch, easy there. I ain't as well padded as you. What is the meaning of this, Bill? I asked you to dispose of the four as quickly as possible. I've dealt with the other three as you requested, but this one requested a final audience with you, Lucy. Speak, Mammon. What is there left to say? Yes, well, first of all, I wanted to apologize for the actions of Sathanas and assure you that they do not reflect my own interests. Change is good. Sometimes ventures crumble, only to rise again from the ashes. I've always prized my ability to recognize talent, and darling, you've got the stuff. If you think excuse me, my throat. If you think flattery will get you anywhere, Fox, I've got a ship to sell you. Get to the point, Mammon, before I have Beelzebub throw you into the mortal world to join your exiled sisters. Right. Well, as you know, the throne of hell has always been shared by 4 demons, a balance to ensure one doesn't overstep the bounds of her station, lest she be devoured by her confederates. So it has always been, however, after the incident, I think you're short by 1 demon. Well, I still count 4 of us here. What happened to your companion was regrettable, but surely you and I can reach an armistice. I do not intend to split hell once more under divisive rulers. Instead, I alone will take sole stewardship of the underworld. Hell will be united in peace by my rule. ... I don't think Beelzebub feels neutral about that though, Lucy. What delusion is this? Hell, united? Don't make me laugh, friend of mine. You need someone at your side who knows how the whole system works. Someone who's used to holding power. Someone like... You will be happy to know that Justice has volunteered to step down from her position as High Prosecutor and will instead be acting as my advisor in the years to come. As for you, don't think you'll get off so easy. Well, what have I ever done to you? I didn't join the other 3 in fighting. I didn't do anything. Well, it doesn't matter. You're still associated with that Mammon. GG. Oh boy, that point from the Queen. At least the soon-to-be Queen in this flashback. Your crime was complicity. You made no effort to save either your companions or mine. No, I think you deserve to share the same fate as your friends, and I certainly hope they're more tolerant of your obsequious ways than I am. What? You can't do this! Not to me! Your reign ended when we struck you from your throne. Come along now. No sense in cussing a fuss. Bill was always inclined towards being envious. I should have known my elevation might cause some tension between us. Oh boy, the ladies are suited back up again. And, Lucy, it's been a while since I've seen your... Can this dog be quiet? It's been a while since I've seen your classic suit, Lucy. Oh, man. Anyways, let's continue. You wanted to see me, Beel. Wow, that's quite the austere chair you have there, Lucy. Uh-oh, I see jealousy in those eyes. It is, isn't it? And far more practical than those horrid ebony thrones. I hear you've sealed off that part of the castle. Too many bad memories. Speaking of, have you decided what to do with the Revenant? Oh, Asmodeus. ... I can't bring myself to keep her in the castle. Not when... I've arranged to have her transferred to the second circle. I think she'll be happier there. Oh, there it is, actually. The second circle, the namesake of this game. You aren't here to commiserate with me, however. What is it that you want? I've dealt with Mammon. We won't be seeing her or any of her ilk again. However... Yes? Well, Mammon did make a fair point back there. Are we really sure we shouldn't share power? Only for a little bit. just long enough. Uh-oh, here we go. We've been through this, Beel. History shows that it's impossible for multiple demons to rule hell in a peaceful manner. Inevitably, they turn their lands against one another for sport or glory. We need a single ruler to lead us into a peaceful future. And you're sure that demon should be you? A year ago, I wouldn't have thought it possible. But now? No, it has to be me. Personal loss doesn't qualify to lead a kingdom, Lucy. Perhaps you're letting your grief cloud your mind. Think what we could do if we shared the throne. The queens of the land. Everything would be ours to do as we liked. A whole world we could shape in our image. Uh-oh. You're starting to sound like that insufferable demon of greed. Oh boy, things are already heating up. We're about to see what really happened. Leave me be, Beel. I'll hear no more of this talk of backtracking. Our only way out is through this mess we've got ourselves stuck in. Fine. If you won't listen to me, I'll have to find another way to obviate the flaws in your logic. This isn't the end of this conversation, Lucy. Although it pained my heart to do it, Beelzebub had too much power to be left unattended and embittered. I resolved to find a permanent solution to her mutinous impulses. Oh boy, what's gonna happen now? I believe Beelzebub is planning to double-cross us. I have not come so far only to lose it all. Oh, holy shit! Justice! Before she went blind. And I see she's still, buff as ever. Are you asking me to do what I think you are? Yes, I have one more job for you before you retire. I want her dealt with, but I don't want her to suffer. If you can sufficiently weaken her, we should be able to imprison her in the abyss. The only pain there is loneliness, but I believe we can take measures to soften even that. As much as I hate to admit it, I agree. She's too ambitious to be satisfied with holding second place in the pecking order. Sooner or later, she'll try and overthrow you as we did before. I'll do this for you, as my final job as High Prosecutor, a final act to protect Hell. We moved quickly, wanting to consolidate my power before Beelzebub could find a way to undermine it. Justice managed to suppress her long enough for me to invoke an opening to the abyss. Oh, holy crap, there she is, in her fly form. Lucy! You'd betray me now! After all we've done together! You'd consign me to an empty waste? Is this how you treat your friends? The Beel I used to know would support my actions. I simply cannot let you jeopardize my vision. Rest now, Beelzebub. Rule as the sole regent of the sovereignless void, if you wish it. I assure you, in the abyss, no one will challenge you or your aspirations of power. I've seen it to myself. Lucy, I can't hold her back much longer. I hope you choke on that throne of yours, you viper. I won't rest until I found a way to escape this place. And now, she is stuck in the abyss. I've closed the rift. You can relax now, Justice. Justice? Oh boy, there goes her eyes. Sorry, Lucy. She got me good during our fight. Lord! Justice! Your eyes! Quite the Pyrrhic victory, wouldn't you say? It looks like you won't have to worry about my designs on the throne. Man, what exactly did Beel do you justice to get your eyes, well, gone. It broke my heart to lose another one of my closest allies, but I couldn't let it be all for nothing. If Beelzebub have usurped me, there's no telling what could have become of hell. Lucifer sits back as she finishes her story, taking a long drink from her glass of wine to wet her throat. So, now you know the inherent danger of the information you seek. They don't call Beelzebub the mother of lies for nothing, you know. Whatever she's told you, anything she's promised you, the Beelzebub I knew would have walked back on them in an instant if she had something to gain from it. So, do you still want this knowledge? Ooh, yes or no? Huh. After hearing that story, I'm not sure if we should actually trust Beelzebub. But I feel like if I could choose either one, Beelzebub is gonna explain something to us either way. But maybe out of caution, canonically probably, maybe I'll say no. After I deal with this dog. If what you're telling me is true, setting Beelzebub loose on the world could be catastrophic. She might even align herself with the dethroned lords, further tipping the balance in their favor. Ooh, actually, that could be a very bad scenario, especially since Mammon sort of tempted Bill back in that flashback. No, it's too big a risk. You're right. She should stay in the void, at least until we can know her intentions for certain. You can't help but think Lucifer looks a little sad at your decision, but the peculiar expression is soon wiped away like footprints on the seashore. All right then, we'll speak no more about it, and I trust you won't be making any more surprise excursions to the void. Not for the foreseeable future. I'm sorry, Beelzebub, but when I stack your needs up against the rest of the household comes first. Lucifer takes her hand in hers, squeezes them. Oh, okay. It looks like we're just going through the rest of Lucy's third date. So let me fast forward and see if anything else happens. Let's actually choose yes this time. Yes, I believe Beelzebub has changed from the demon you once knew. And even if she hasn't, we can bind her again if we need to. You've got confidence, albeit slightly misplaced. You underestimate Beelzebub, Taker, the things she'll do to see her ambitions through. But very well, I shall tell you of the key. So there is a way out. Well, yes and no. I couldn't bring myself to consigning former friends to a bleak eternity based solely on suspicion, so I added a little caveat to her sentence. If she can provide beyond the shadow of a doubt that she is not the threat I believe her to be, the key will make itself known to her. So the key's inside the abyss with her, and all she has to do is to escape, is prove herself. Prove herself to be what? Kind? Loyal? Submissive? That's for me to know, but rest assured the monster I thought I was imprisoning would never be able to escape, no matter how long she tried. It remains Beelzebub's responsibility to shackle her Leviathan and prove herself worthy of release. Whoa, wait a minute! Oh, she's here now! Holy crap! Beelzebub, you're finally, well, not really, lore-wise, right, in this game, but you're here in my house! So, with that said, let us now officially start Beelzebub's third date. And it took almost 20 minutes to get to this point. Holy shit, woman. Shortly after you and Lucifer return home from dinner, you make your excuses and retire to your room for the night. Oh, okay. This is right after Lucy's third date. Everything seems secure on this end, at least for now. We've got wards up to defend ourselves in the event of an assault, and everyone's getting along well again. I don't want to leave the house, but I do have some information I need to give to Beelzebub. Is it worth the risk? Well, we've come this far for the third date, so let us travel to the abyss. Reaching into your closet, you pull out your old all-purpose ritual carpet. With a swing of your arms, you spread it upon your floor, the white pentagram adorning the center shining brightly despite the dust covering the textile. A few mothballs tumble across the room, shaken loose from their resting place by your enthusiastic brandishment. You step into the center of the pentagram and pause, searching your memory for the steps required to open your own portal to the abyss. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. Oh, for f***! The movements flow out of you like a familiar dance, the instructions forever burned into your subconscious from the moment you saw them inscribed on the worn stone tablets. Down, up, right step, up, left step, down steps, down 2 steps, left, up, then repeat the last 2 steps backwards. Is this our version of the Konami code? Oh, there we go, there's our portal. With a silent flare of light, the familiar swirling portal appears in front of you. Without hesitation, you step forwards into the swirling vortex. Ugh! Taking portals created by professionals with centuries of experience has made the gap in skill between them and you even more obvious. As you are hurled backwards and forwards through dimensions, you make a mental note to bring along motion discomfort bags the next time you decide to go reality hopping. Eventually, reality begins to consolidate around you, accompanied by the familiar buzzing of flies that permeates the abyss. Welp, here we are. You find yourself standing in a large, darkened area. Try as you might, you can't see so much as your hand in front of your face. The only sensation you can track is the slight squishiness of the ground beneath your feet. It feels similar to something you've experienced long ago, but you can't quite remember what it is. A soft hand grips your shoulder, surprising you. Well, it's been a while. As you try to jerk away, it tightens, rooting you in place. A soft voice whispers inches from your ear. It's been a while since you last visited. You sure like to keep a girl waiting, don't you? The grip loosens, and you turn around to see Beelzebub standing behind you, glowing softly. The house has been in disarray. I didn't have time to come to see you. Getting the information from Lucifer about the abyss required more time than I anticipated. However, I think I've managed to get her to open with me about it. She told me that... Beelzebub reaches forward, pressing a finger to your lips. Her voice is hushed and unusually wary. Hold that thought. We have much that needs our attention. I've been rather busy with renovations as of late, and I bit off a little more than I can chew. We must be careful not to draw them in before we're ready. Them? What are you talking about? Not here. This is too exposed. Follow me. Deftly navigating the pitch-black darkness, Beelzebub leads you through her castle by the hand. It might just be your imagination, but you could swear you hear things moving around in the blackness surrounding the two of you. Small, sharp things, invisible in the gloom, catch at your legs as you walk past. Unnerved, you pick up the pace. Beelzebub ducks into a small alcove and you follow suit. The two of you huddle, pressed against each other in the tight space. Alright, Bill, what's going on around here? An ominous thought crosses your mind. Have the Four Lords launched an attack on your realm as well? Hold on, I doubt Sathanas and her gang would be able to find a way to the abyss. Yeah, Beelzebub snorts. Shaking her head, she begins to explain. I should feel so included. No, as I've said, I've been working on some remodeling to the castle proper. Nothing complex, of course. Just moving one of the ballrooms up to the 400th floor and adding some bathrooms at regular intervals. You know, that sort of thing. But I've been hearing strange things. I found rooms smashed into powder, the work of decades, destroyed in a matter of minutes. I think my patch job on the wall of the removed rooms must have been sloppy because something got in. It's been rampaging throughout my castle. Most of all, I think it's been breeding here. You're the Queen Crimson. Why does this thing have you hiding with your tail between your legs? Surely you're more than a match for it, or would it have preyed upon you while you were building your castle? Beelzebub casts a glance to one side before answering, presumably scanning the occlusive environment with some unknown ability. While I do rank amongst the strongest of demons, the things that call this place home are probably in a different weight class altogether. Primordial predators, perfected in form since the dawn of time. The void is an endless expanse of pure, antediluvian nothingness. I'm amazed it didn't take me longer to run into this one. Do you want me to leave? You can always send me back to Earth if whatever is losing your castle is too much for you to handle. A wicked little smile flashes across Beelzebub's face, and she presses a little closer to you as she answers. I have a bad feeling about this. What? And give up my bait? I fucking knew it! What's your bait? Don't play dumb right now, Taker, please, man. Why, you are, my dear Taker. Tell me, if you were a mighty shark cruising the ocean depths, what would you first choose as your meal? A mighty squid, all teeth and beak, mighty in its own right, or a little salmon out of its depth and struggling to survive in the deep? ... Ah, don't give me that look. You've always been so eager to lend me a helping hand. Besides, it's not like I can risk sending you back right now anyways. Explain, before I go off to try and find a way back on my own. I have reason to believe magic is a primary food source for this invader. I had Walter crunch some numbers, and the savaged rooms had all had an unusually high concentration of magical constructs in them. We theorize it may be drawn to large or unnatural sources of magic, like animates, geomancies, or extraplanar travel. So the portal I took here, oh, fuck. Beelzebub nods. Accompanied by your fleshy mortal scent, of course, should bring it rushing here post-haste. You're shitting me. You cast a glance around the massive room, searching for some gargantuan creature hiding in the dark recesses of the chamber. So, what exactly is my role in all this? What do you expect me to do? Act like prey. Be your appetizing mortal self and lure it in with a show! Ugh. With a sigh, you begin walking around the room as suggestively as possible. Moments into the task, however, you collide with a waist-height, unyielding bit of architecture. Ugh. Sorry about that. I forgot you can't see in the dark. Here, allow me. A ghostly light flickers into being above you, illuminating your surroundings. Gaunt pillars of rough-hewn stone ring in a massive, rock-strewn room. Tables and other assorted furniture, smashed to pieces by something or other, litter the far wall. Squinting at the far walls, you realize you recognize the general layout of the room. This is the same room where we had dinner all those weeks ago. Holy shit, from the first date? With her, really? Indeed it is. Or rather, it was. This room was one of the finest casualties of our uninvited guest. So, are we just going to wait here for the predator to do with us what it did to this room? Hardly. I'm going to set traps in the adjacent rooms. By the time it makes its way here, it'll have gotten its own little taste of what hell's truly capable of. So, does that mean you're just going to leave me here? Beelzebub shrugs. Bill! Unless you'd prefer to accompany me in setting demonstrably lethal traps in pitch blackness. Oh shit, hold on a sec. Well, hurry back then. Beelzebub nods and sets off down the corridor, leaving the pale blue light floating behind to illuminate the former ballroom. Oh what the hell? You idle a bit of time away, kicking at the rubble that lays strewn across the ground. Is that really necessary? Stop kicking it! You don't need to kick it a single pebble multiple times. The stones don't seem to be subject to the same physics as they do on Earth, gravitating unearly towards the far side of the room. You amuse yourself for a time, tossing stones at unusual angles and watching them boomerang back towards you in midair. Finally you stop. Thank you, Taker. As you wing a particularly sharp rock into the air, the level of light shifts slightly, shadows lengthening off the... Oh boy. Distracted, you remember the airborne projectile just in time, and throw yourself to the ground as it whizzes merrily past you. Frustrated at the interruption, you call out to Beelzebub. Hey, Bill! Stop screwing with the light! I almost brained myself with that last rock! Taker, I don't think that was Bill. No reply comes from Beelzebub. Turning, you observe that she still has yet to return from her sabotaging of nearby rooms. The orb of light, however, is moving across the room, seemingly without anyone controlling it. Tracking its arc, you realize it's following the same general trajectory as the rocks, drawn inexorably towards the far end of the room. The ball of blue light continues to glide across the room, heading towards one of the twisting pillars that moves. Slowly, you back away as the thing disguising itself as a pillar stretches and unfolds. What in the fuck is that thing? Long black tentacles rake at the air, scything around a massive worm-like body supported by 3 huge asymmetrical legs. The creature's skin is covered in jagged shard-like pieces of stone that grind together with horrid cacophony as it moves, like sandpaper being pulled over a chalkboard. Stones roll across the floor, drawn into the creature as if by a magnet. Even as you watch, the floating light is drawn towards the crown of the creature, which opens like a maw to receive it. Bill, where the fuck are you, woman? Before the light is drawn into its body and extinguished, you catch a glimpse of the creature's mouth, cavernous, and ringed with rows upon rows of glittering needle-like teeth. Once more in darkness, you continue to slowly make your way backwards, senses peeled for any sign of Beelzebub. Sounds emerge from the darkness, methodical steps, accompanied by that terrible, ever-present grating noise. Hurry up with making those traps, please, Bill! Slowly pacing backwards in the darkness, you trod upon a loose piece of rubble, sending you pitching to the ground. With a shriek, the creature ignites in a sinister glow, barreling towards you with preternatural speed. He reaches away from your face, a massive hammer of stone swats the creature into the ground. Looking up, you see Beelzebub, gesturing with one hand, working whatever magic is keeping the earth and mallet afloat. Thank you, about time. She extends her other hand towards you, helping you get up off the ground. Looks like I got back just in time. You dust yourself off, observing the twitching creature with interest. Beelzebub doesn't seem to share your interest and tugs at your sleeve to get your attention. We ought to make our escape while it's stunned. We don't know what it's capable of. Looking around, you locate a large shard of basalt. To hell with that, we've got all the ropes. Now's as good a time as any to make sure it can't come after us again. There's a chink in its armor near its head. One good blow and we can say goodbye to our monster problem. Wait! Her protest comes a moment too late. With a Herculean swing, you bring the sharp rock down onto the creature's exposed neck. That didn't work at all, did it? With a crunch, the creature's head falls to the floor, severed neatly from the rest of the body. You pick it up, seeking to confirm your suspicions. As I thought, this isn't an organic or magical creature. It's just a stone puppet, a golem. Well, if that's the case, we should make our escape before the puppeteer has a chance to regain control of it. No need. I'm familiar with these constructs. Most of them are controlled by an inscription etched onto its head. Once disconnected from the body, the whole thing becomes relatively harmless. Let's have a look and see what the inscription of this one is. It might give us some idea as to who sent it. I really don't think that's a good... ... Is something the matter? What do you see? This hilt has Beelzebub Incorporated chiseled into it. Ahem. Really? Huh! Must be the brand name. Yes, I see. Well, I mean, there might be more of them out there. I'm going to go take a look. Have no fear. I shall return. You do that. Feel free to come back when you've got your story straight. Beelzebub hangs her head, but takes off into the darkened corridors, leaving you alone again in the room with only a faint glimmer of light to illuminate the darkness. What in the fuck just happened? Hold on, Beelzebub's gone. Why can I still see a little light? A minute, the minute moment of light is illuminating the black room, casting the ruined columns into soft relief. Squinting, you can see the light pouring through a chink in the wall. Making your way over the rubble, you approach the light source cautiously. Resting your eye to the wall, you peer through the breach to see a most confusing sight. Walter! Illuminated by soft candlelight, Walter the skeleton sits at an obsidian desk prodding at a mass of small interlocking parts strewn across it. With a minute crunch, the rest of the wall gives way, causing Walter to look up from his work. Walter? What are you doing here? The old skeleton fidgets uncomfortably, eye sockets starting from wall to wall. Master Taker, I was, just engaging in an old hobby of mine. Just a little bit of puppetry. Strange. That puppet of yours looks suspiciously like the golem Beelzebub and I just destroyed. What a terrible coincidence. Walter? Yes, good sir. This is a pantomime, isn't it? A setup by Beelzebub to make me stick around in the abyss. Walter's shoulders sag. It appears the game is up. Are you fucking serious? Bill? You're fucking serious? I thought as much. Beelzebub was acting far too suspicious for this to be anything else. For someone who claims to be the mother of lies, she's awfully bad at concealing the truth. Please don't judge my lady too harshly, Master Taker. In truth, it was I who suggested we put on this play for your amusement. The idea man, I'm out of breath. The idea breathed fresh life into my lady, and she set to it at once with vigor I haven't seen in decades. How on earth did she build a golem that complex? She's no slouch when it comes to construction, but it's barely been a week since the last time I was here. And creating a script on top of that. How does she do it, Walter? As I'm sure you've picked up during the course of your visits, time flows differently here, sir. By my estimates, it's been several of your Earth years since you last graced us with your... Several years? No way! You're freaking capping. Several years? Quite so, sir. But you needn't have any fear about my lady's mental state. She's grown quite adept at keeping herself busy over the eons. I do believe she spent the last few months calculating pi to see if it really goes on forever. Wait, did she really, counted all the digits of pi? However, whenever she feels you're about to appear, she always gets excited. Seeing her happy like that again pleases me to the end. While this game she's playing may be esoteric, it would do my dusty heart good to see you humor my lady in her mischievous endeavors. I suppose if we have the time. Excellent! I must hurry to repair the golem. You must not let my lady know of your discovery. Find a way to distract her while I assemble another monster to pursue the two of you. But what if she found out already? I mean, it's only me, her, and you in this abyss. You nod, stepping out of the room. At a small gesture from Walter, Stone rushes in to fill the void in the wall, leaving you again shrouded in darkness. Taker? Taker! Where are you? I'm over here, just resting by this wall, you know, you whatever. Casting her light once more over the room, Beelzebub joins you sitting by the wall. I didn't see any sign of more golems, or whomever is controlling them. Did anything unusual happen while I was away? Nothing untoward, but I think we've earned a break regardless. Which reminds me, I've had a few unanswered questions about your exile to this plane of darkness. Oh, and what might they be? Lucifer told me what happened before you were exiled. Her version, I'm sure. Lucy doesn't know everything, though she likes to pretend otherwise. So, you're trying to tell me you weren't planning on taking the throne away from her? No. Well, not at first, anyways. Is that supposed to reassure me? You were just biding time until you decided whether or not to betray your queen? It's more complicated than that. We fought the four lords of hell under the assumption that we would make hell a better place. However, I never fully trusted Lucy. She's always been one to let power go to her head, real bossy at the worst of times. And just when we emerged victorious, she went and declared herself Supreme Puma of Hell. Though it's some vindication of my fears, and we were dead set on a collision course. Vindication? What do you mean? Beelzebub sighs. Following our costly victory, Lucy ordered a form of demon lords cast out of hell and into the mortal world. With no obvious outlets for regaining their stolen power, we thought it would be last. Oh god, why am I getting tongue-tied this episode? We thought it would be the last we would see of them. However, just before I threw away that slimy demon of greed through the portal, she made a rather compelling argument. Oh boy, we're back here again. Wait! Before you throw me out, would you at least hear me out? Oh, again? Fine, but make it quick. Why should she get all the glory, all the power? You've got to be more than a little envious. ... Ask yourself this. Who would you rather see sitting on the throne a century hence? A totalitarian despot, or an empathetic queen who's willing to adapt to new situations? So that's your angle. You want to sow the seeds of doubt on my mind and in hopes of destabilizing Lucy. Oh, enemy mine. I think we both know I'm a little late to the party on that account. ... Well, I guess this is where we say goodbye, eh? Think about what I said. If you ever need me, you know where I'll be. ... That's the long and the short of it. Mammon has a way with words, one of her faults. They burrowed into my mind and squatted there, impossible for me to ignore. Inevitably, I was forced to betray Lucifer to calm my own raging conscience. That's not true. You were manipulated by that fox into questioning Lucifer at the wrong time. This is all a misunderstanding between you and Lucy. Manipulated. Betrayed. Even I'm not 100% certain how much of my decisions were fully my own. Beelzebub eyes you up, chewing on her lower lip. Well, is that a good enough confession for you? It's good enough for me. Now comes the time where I fulfill my part of the bargain. I learned something about the abyss from Lucy. Beelzebub talks right over you, squashing your declaration like an upstart caterpillar. God damn it all. Oh, but we have so much more to do. The West Wing needs retexturing. I'd like to repurpose the golem in an art installation, and so much more. Besides, I'm sure your discovery can wait until we've seen more immediate issues. I have a list somewhere down here. Wait here while I go get it. Despite your... Oh god, that fly! Why? Despite your protestations, Beelzebub assumes her visage and buzzes off into the black sky, undoubtedly heading for one of the uncountable towers that hover overhead. Oh, what the hell? Stuck on the ground, you kick at a piece of rubble, frustrated. Oh, hi, Walter. A polite cough sounds behind you. You turn around to see Walter standing there unassumingly. Maintaining unflinching eye-to-eye socket contact, he raises his hand and coughs again. Can I help you with something, Walter? The old skeleton nods soberly. Sir, if you'll forgive my lapse in propriety, I overheard you trying to broach a particular topic of conversation several times with my lady. If I may ask, are you planning to propose marriage? Oh, that's good, Walter. That's good. The question hits you like a sucker punch, knocking you off guard. Your reply comes out jittering and unfocused, thrown by Walter's suggestion. What? No, I just wanted to. Saving you from yourself, Walter smoothly steamrolls over your sputtering, a reproachful tone creeping into his voice. If that is the case, I must advise you to temper your expectations. My lady cares for only one thing, an escape from this prison. Actually, that's exactly what I wanted to talk to her about. I think there may be a way for her to escape. It might even work for you as well. Walter slowly turns to face you, eye sockets widening. It might be just your imagination, but perhaps there's a slight tremor in his voice as he gently takes your hand. His voice hushed. You're quite sure? Sir, I must advise you. If you've brought my lady some false hope spun into a fairy tale, I'm afraid I may have no choice but to remove you from the premises. It's the truth. I got it directly from Lucifer herself. Walter snorts, twin clouds of dust shooting out of the slits where his nose used to be. The one who ordered her imprisonment. Hardly a reliable source of information. I think she was telling the truth. She had no reason to believe she would live out the night. What motivation would she have had to lie? An awkward crash heralds the return of Beelzebub in her fly room. Oh boy. The transformation quickly unravels, leaving Beelzebub holding a sack many times her own size slowly over to you and Walter. I couldn't find a list, but look at this. Turning the sack upside down, Beelzebub unceremoniously dumps the contents onto the ground. Balls, wickets, hammers, nets, and all sorts of alien game pieces scatter around the ground. I found all my early designs for a sport of my own invention, Beelzebub. Just wait, you'll love it. First thing to do is... Walter steps forward, placing a placating hand upon Beelzebub's shoulder. Thank you, Walter, for shutting her up. My lady, I'm sure Master Taker would like nothing better than to play more of your games. However, I believe you need to hear what he has to say. I believe he has found some definitive information regarding a possible escape from this dimension. Oh, that's all that. He'll tell me later. Isn't that right, Taker? Bill, why are you avoiding this answer so tenaciously? I'm almost convinced you don't want to hear it. Oh. Beelzebub slumps forward. My lady, you have been searching for a way to escape this place for so long, hoping against hope that there's a flaw in the prison. Hearing what Master Taker has to say will allow you to know if your hopes are warranted. Hope. Hope's all I've had for comfort in my eternity here. What do I do if their information takes that away from me? Enjoy your fleeting visits until you too pass from this world. Maybe it's better to lie to myself and keep searching for a way out on my own. Better an eternity of foolish hope than an eternity of... what? Endless nothingness? And what if it's good? Ha! And what if it's good? My life hasn't been good for aeons now. Why should it have cause to change? So what? There's a way to circumvent one of the most powerful pieces of magic ever conceived. Good luck selling me that one. Is that really what you want? To live in fear of the truth? No, you're stronger than that. Stop hiding from the future, Bale. Fine, then. Tell me what you've learned. There is a way out of the abyss, according to Lucifer. She said a key would make itself known to you, given the right circumstances. Walter puts a hand on Beelzebub's back. His voice bursts with barely contained excitement. My lady, this is stupendous news. We must renew our efforts to secure our escape. This key must be found if you are to win your freedom. Excuse me. Beelzebub steps backwards, hugging herself. I'm not sure. The skeleton puts a hand to his mouth, aghast. So, do you want out of this abyss or nah? But, my lady, this is what you've dreamed of these past millennia. A chance at freedom, a chance to take revenge on those who wronged you. What could possibly compel you to throw all that away? Even if I were to return, who would welcome me back? I have no reason to believe any of my old friends would accept my companionship once more. Walter places a bony hand upon Beelzebub's shoulder, his voice like iron. Then you take back what they stole from you, an eternity. Who among them could stop you from doing whatever your heart desired? I'm more than just a petulant child, Walter. Nothing good would grow from the fires my envy would light, just more pain. Instead of me taking what they hoard, my return would herald me inflicting what I suffer. The Crimson Demoness shakes her head sadly. I can't force people to love me, and I must learn to accept my place in the world, as well as the beings that share my horizons. Seeking revenge at this point would just lead to more of the same, and that's why I would escape. Then here is where I should remain. Walter steps back, something almost resembling a smile grating his bony features. He sighs, a sound that speaks of the relief of uncountable millennia. Reaching out, he grasps Beelzebub's hand with his own. His words bubble with joyful pride. Well answered. Congratulations, my lady. Truly, you are not the monster we feared you to be. Wait, what? An innocuous sound, made conspicuous only by the absence of others, faintly reverberates throughout the room. Confused, all three of you turn to the source. A single finger bone lay on the ground, slowly crumbling into an ashy powder. Presently, a second falls to join the first. As one, you and Beelzebub look up to Walter. The skeleton has a sheepish, almost apologetic air about him. Even as you watch, the sleeves of his outfit begin to fray, adding quickly to the growing heap of powder under them. Wait a minute! Is Walter going bye-bye? Oh dear, it seems my contract has indeed expired. Wait! No, you're kidding me! Walter's gonna turn to dust? After all these years, if you'll permit me a bit of cheek, my lady, I'd never thought I'd see the day. Shocked out of her stupor, Beelzebub speaks, her voice catching in her throat. Walter, what is the meaning of this? I command you to stop right now! Pull yourself back together! Her protestations are brought to a halt by Walter, who politely holds up a disintegrating palm. Wait, no, you're kidding me. Is this really happening? Walter! His voice comes out a little slower than usual, and a little quieter. You can tell the effort of speaking is costing him. Oh my god, no! Walter! No, bro! My lady, I must apologize. For centuries you have been a prisoner, and not once were you introduced to your jailer. I was tasked with tending to your needs if and until you were deemed fit to re-enter society. It appears my career has reached a rather conclusive end. Is there anything we can do for you? The aged skeleton slowly shakes his head. Even as he does so, wisps of hair drift down from his head. I'm afraid not, sir. It was my job here that was holding my old bones together. Now it seems that you've no more need of me. Walter, that's not true! We'll always have need of you. Alas, it seems my retirement is at hand. Walter attempts to straighten himself up, brushing the fast accumulating dust off of his shoulder. Walter, come on, don't do this to us, bro. With a crunching sound, his arm disconnects, falling to the floor with a muffled thump. He sighs, then turns to Beelzebub. My lady, whatever my assigned task may have been, serving you has been the greatest pleasure I have ever known. If you will be willing, might you assign me a final task before I rest? Beelzebub steps forward, embracing the worn-down skeleton in her arms. Holding him securely, she nuzzles the worn skull in the crook of her shoulder. Of course I can. ... Walter, you have done your task better than any butler ever has. Please, go in peace. Walter's voice is barely audible, no more than a whisper. Why, of course, my lady. Your wish is my command. No! No, you're fucking serious? Walter! The old skeleton collapses in on himself. Old bones, petrified by untold millennia of service, crumbled to dust. A sigh, almost of relief, stirs the ashy pile at your feet. Walter's voice, faint and fading fast, whispers to no one in particular. Ah, my job is done. And what a job it was. From the pile of dusty remains, a small glimmer of gold winks out at you. The key to the abyss. Kneeling, you gently feel around in the pile. Your hand closes around a small rounded object. Standing again, you dust it off. A small golden key shines in the palm of your hand. So that's what Lucifer meant when she said the key will make itself known to you. I didn't expect it to be so literal. You extend your arm to Beelzebub, offering her the key. No! I'm not ready to go out there. Not yet, anyways. After this? No way! Don't leave Walter, Bill. Please. For all of, well, I guess the entirety of the abyss. I'm not sure how I feel about Lucy. Besides, someone's got to take care of his remains. Would you like me to stay with you? I know how time works here now. It wouldn't be any trouble. Beelzebub shakes her head. Kind of you to offer, but no, I'm fine. I think this is something I need to do on my own. I'll depart the abyss when I'm good and ready. With a gesture, the portal home springs to life in front of Beelzebub. Before you take your leave, you press the golden key into her hands. When you're ready, we will be waiting. Turning, you leave the abyss for what you hope will be the final time. Oh my god. Wow, what a third date she had. Oh man. We finally got light on what really happened between her and Lucy and how she got sent to the abyss. But above all, Walter! No, bro. Oh man. Comments down below, 07, for possibly the greatest skeleton butler I've seen. Well, with that, that's all of the third dates for this game. And Team 133 said that the 4th dates are almost wrapped up, so looking forward to that. Oh man, that was quite the date. I'm not sure how long the final video will be after I am done here, but for sure it's an hour long, I bet. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed Beelzebub's 3rd date, and, well, if you enjoyed all the 3rd dates here, hit the like button. And consider subscribing if you want to see more content from me. And with that said, man, prepare for the 4th date, everyone. And I'll see you around soon.